You know what's starting to really piss me off in this market? Cities are talking about bailing out builders, waiving development charges, offering incentives, trying to keep construction alive. Meanwhile, the people who got absolutely burned in the pre-construction, nobody's talking about it. What the is this about? Let's talk about how this actually works. A buyer walks into a sales center. They buy a pre-construction home, completion timeline 2 to 3 years. And in real estate, 2 to 3 years might as well be 2 decades because everything can change. Interest rates, market conditions, appraisals, employment, everything. Now here's where things got ugly. 2 years ago, buyers were paying peak prices. Builders were selling aggressively. Everyone was told prices only go up. Then the market paused. Now the same builders are selling the same homes for less, but the original buyers, they are still locked into the higher price. And when the bank appraisals comes in lower, the buyer suddenly needs to bring hundreds of thousands of dollars more to closing. Most people can't do that. Here's the part nobody talks about. There is zero price protection for pre-construction buyers. If the market goes up, great for the builders. If the market goes down, still great for the builders, because if the buyer can't close, the builder keeps the massive deposit and then resells the property again. So tell me, who exactly needs protection here? Now cities are worried construction is slowing. They are saying we need to help builders. They're talking about things like waiving development charges, tax incentives, fast-tracking approvals, because they are afraid if construction slows today, supply will be tight in the next housing boom and prices will explode again. Okay, that's a valid concern. But here's the question nobody's asking. Why are builders not sharing their share of pain? If the market slowed, everybody should share the pain. Buyers did, realtors did, homeowners did. But builders, are they cutting their margins? Are they offering price protection? Are they renegotiating contracts with buyers who bought at peak? No. But somehow the conversation is, how do we protect the builders? Builders always win. Some builders are actually doing it right. Now, to be fair, not every builder is ignoring the problem. One builder I'll actually give credit to is Madame Homes. They introduced something called price protection. Here's how it works. If you buy a pre-construction home and the builder later lowers the price of the same model before you close, they refund the difference at closing. Think about that for a second. That means the builder is saying, we are willing to share some of the market risk. That's a very different attitude from the traditional model where the buyers carries all the risk. Now, it's not perfect. There is fine print. It applies to specific models and communities, but still, credit where credit is due. At least someone in the industry is acknowledging the problem. And that actually proves my point. If one builder can do it, why can't others? Why should cities waive development charges and protect builders' profit when buyers still have almost zero protection at all? And here's the part that makes me laugh. When the market was fire, builders didn't want realtors. They caught us out. They refused cooperation. They told buyers, you don't need an agent. Sales center were full. Demand was insane. Now suddenly they are offering 4% co-op commissions to realtors again. Now realtors are welcome. Funny how that works. Here's the lesson in real estate cycles. Respect the participants in the market. Respect buyers, respect agents, respect the ecosystem, because the cycle always turns. And when it does, you remember who stood beside you and who didn't. So no, cities shouldn't just be asking, how do we protect builders? They should also be asking, how do we protect the people who bought the dream? Because right now, a lot of those buyers are the ones getting crushed. And that's the part of the housing conversation that nobody wants to talk about. I'm the Angry Realtor. I fight for buyers, sellers, and the public. What housing topic are you angry about? Put it on the comments. See you again on next Sunday at noon.